Hi, I'm Lisa Metropolis with Innovative Health Magazine, and I'm here with Luke Zelli for the Disability Network. Luke is the CEO. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your time this morning and talking to us about the amazing things that the Disability Network is doing in the community and around the state. And really, as we were speaking, to get that global feel of inclusion and partnership and community. Thank you so much, Luke.
Well, I'm glad you're able to come here to Flint. We can tell our story.
Yeah, absolutely. Luke, could you tell us what initiatives the Disability Network are working on right now, what you're doing in the community and also around the state? I know that there's so many people in crisis as they walk through your door. Give us a little bit about what you're doing for them.
So I think it's important to know that, like in Flint, where we're at, we work with about 10,000 people with disabilities, their family members and community members each and every year. But we are part of a bigger network in Michigan. There's 15 centers like ours that are really targeted to their own local community. So, the needs in Traverse City or in the Upper Peninsula look and feel a lot different than in an urban setting here in Flint. So we each look at what our own community needs and try and tackle issues. And when I think about Flint and what's going on with the health crisis here and the water crisis, I think what we're trying to do is tell a different story around disability and a more uplifting one, showing people with disabilities leading full and vibrant lives, and then connecting to resources in the community. From our board and community, the number one thing that we're focused on is employment. There are studies that show about 70% of people with disabilities are not working, even though 43% have a college education or degree. Wow. And so a lot of what we're trying to do is just take some of that stigma away and show a different face of disability.
Now here for your own employees, about 80%, did you say 80% of your employees here are people with disabilities?
90% of our board and staff are people with disabilities. And I think so often people think of disabilities in wheelchairs or people who are deaf and people who are blind, all of which is true. But about 85% of disabilities are hidden. And when I think about the water crisis here in Flint and the population that we serve, a lot of the disabilities you're not going to see. Those are going to be experienced over the next generation. And so for us, we've got partnerships with the schools where we're going out and talking about disability. And it's ADHD, it's learning disabilities, it's diabetes, it's a variety of different things. And it doesn't mean that if you have a disability, you're destined to a life of poverty, you're not working. It's really quite the opposite. And when I think of like the innovative health things that are going on,
yes, it's incredible.
My gosh, like the census shows like 20% of the population has a disability. But when you look at the CDC, when you look at it from a healthcare perspective, it's like 50% of adults have disabilities. And so it's not a minority anymore, it really is a majority.
Yes.
And so I think for us as a community organization, we want to tell a different story around disability that puts a spotlight on inclusion and acceptance.
Absolutely. Luke, you came on board the beginning of the year this year.
Yes.
And where did you come from, and what is a little bit of your experience, and then going forward into the future here of Flint?
So my background is in technology, so I used to work for IBM, but I've actually been here at the Disability Network for about 16 years.
Okay.
We opened up a technology center in 2000.
Yes.
President Clinton came and opened it up.
Okay.
So we got national recognition. We've had over 50,000 people come in and access technology here.
Yeah.
And we've never turned anybody away because of a disability that they've had. Okay. But on January 1st, when I took over, what we have as our mission is by the year 2020 that Flint and Genesee County will have the highest percentage of people with disabilities working in the nation.
Wow.
So it's a pretty big goal, but with the community change that we've got, the employer commitment in Genesee County, we know we'll be successful.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking a little bit of your time today for telling us the initiatives and the incredible programs that are happening here at the Disability Network. If people want to reach out to you, Luke, how can they do that? Where can they get a hold of you directly? And then, of course, where you're located.
So in Michigan, you can go to the Disability Network Michigan.
Okay.
That's the connection for all of the centers in Michigan.
Okay.
Right here in Flint, 810-742-1800 is our phone number. You can go to our website, disnetwork.org. But as you're looking at your global audience, there's about 600 centers for independent living
That's
like
incredible.
ours across the U.S. They're in Ireland, they're in Africa, they're all over, and it really is local community organizations that are trying to make a difference for people with disabilities.
Thank you so much for the information. And we are here with Brett Smith. Brett, you are the PR manager, and you do all of the communications and the marketing directing here for the Disability Network. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your time to talk to us about what you're doing behind the scenes here at the Disability Network as far as communicating with the audience of your community and with your peers, with your colleagues, and with the people who matter most, or people who walk through that door. Tell us some of the things that you're doing behind the scenes for them and what you're doing.
Absolutely, thank you. Well, one of our initiatives is to increase our social media presence out there in the web, so that we can reach more supports for the people we support. I realize that sometimes technology is a challenge for some of the individuals we support, so we're also working on ways to get increased access for them so that they can participate in social networking and help to find some of their own supports and develop their own support network.
Wonderful. Now, do you have a system? Do you have a system here? Do you have a center here that they can use the technology and they have access to that?
Yes, absolutely. We
Okay.
have a computer technology center.
Okay.
It's open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and anybody in the community is welcome to come and use it.
Wonderful.
So we have computers available for them with internet access. We have printing facilities. We offer help with social media or resume building, anything
Wow.
that they in computer use training as well.
Wonderful. So anything that they need to have access to as far as any form of technology in that way, you have it available here.
Yes.
And you have people on staff ready to help and certified and a company in that, correct?
Yes, absolutely. We have staff that are certified in assistive technology
Wow.
and computer training, so they can assess any needs you might
Wow.
have and help
Yes.
help meet those needs so that you can access technology as freely and independently as possible.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Brett, what other things are you doing in the upcoming months? I know that summer's a big time here in the community. A lot of people are doing a lot of things. What are some of the things that you have for the upcoming months in that time for the community to be involved in?
Okay, well, we are launching a youth program this summer.
Wonderful. Okay.
It's called Project Uncommon.
Okay.
So it's for youth ages 14 to 26, and it's going to get them involved in the community. So they're going to be overseeing self-directed projects, working with other nonprofits in the community to
Okay.
complete a project for them. So they'll be they'll receive transportation training and everything, and then we'll send them out with their coaches and mentors from the community to go and, kind of do their thing.
Wonderful, wonderful. Brett, thank you so much. And that the project and that is coming up, when does that start? And people can get a hold of you right here at the Disability Network?
Yes, they can sign up on our website,
Okay.
disnetwork.org.
Disnetwork.org,
And the
okay.
first session, there'll be 3 sessions this summer, one in June, one in July, and one in August.
Okay.
So June, it's at the end of June, so.
Okay, so there's
Sign
still
up is
plenty of
open.
time. There's still plenty of time to sign up. Disnetwork.org.
Correct.
Absolutely. And again, Brett, thank you so much for telling us what you're doing behind the scenes. Such an incredible place in the community. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you very much.
I'm Lisa Metropolis with Innovative Health, and we'll be back next time.